Was Helen of Troy kidnapped, or did she willingly abandon her husband and run away with Paris, a younger prince of Troy? The uncomfortable answer may be both. I'm Sean McMichael, a historical fantasy writer, and this is one of the things you need to know to better understand Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. The mythic justification for the Trojan War was not simply that Paris stole another man's wife. Paris had entered Sparta as the guest of King Menelaus. Then he left with Helen and carried away treasure from Menelaus's palace. That made his actions a direct violation of Xenia, Zeus's sacred law of hospitality. But was Helen actually kidnapped? One of the earliest Greek translations of the story says Aphrodite brought Helen and Paris together. They became lovers and secretly sailed away during the night, taking Menelaus's treasure with them. Homer makes the story more complicated. Helen blames Aphrodite for taking her away from her home, her daughter, and her husband. In the Iliad, she regrets leaving Sparta, condemns Paris, and even has to be threatened by Aphrodite before returning to his bed. Was Helen overcome by desire, enchanted by a goddess, coerced, or was she trying to escape responsibility for her own decision? Homer never gives us a simple answer. From the ancient Greek perspective, Helen went willingly, and Paris abducted Helen were not necessarily contradictions. Paris had betrayed his host, taken another king's wife from his household, stolen his wealth, and refused to return either of them. Even if Helen chose to leave, Menelaus could still claim she had been taken from him. There is also a modern theory that Helen provided a convenient justification for a war that was really about Troy's wealth and its strategic position near important trade routes. That is possible, but it is not what the surviving ancient stories actually tell us. Nolan brings this uncertainty directly into his film. Before Odysseus leaves for war, Penelope asks the obvious question. Didn't Helen want to leave? That may be the real tragedy of Helen of Troy. Whether she left willingly or was taken, men used her story to justify 10 years of slaughter, and she was left carrying the consequences. If you enjoyed the Odyssey and are looking for your next Greek adventure story, I urge you to check out The Shadow and Scepter, a dark and epic reimagining of the Selene and Endymion Greek myth. Check out links in my bio